If you're currently running a midterm rental business or you plan to, the tech stack that you use is going to make or break your entire operation. If you don't know me yet, my name is Bailey and I own 10 midterm rental units and co-host several more. And I currently live in Denver, Colorado, but my properties are all in the Midwest. So I run this operation completely remotely. In fact, some of the properties that I own personally, I have never been to in my life. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact tech stack that I use that not only allows me to run this business completely remotely, but also automate as much as humanly possible. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, and two quick things before we get started. Number one, the order in which I go through these tools doesn't have any significance. Okay, so don't think that the first tool is the best one and the last one's not. They're all equally as important. And number two, if you want to grab a list of every single tool I use for my midterm rental business, I'll leave a link to it down below. Okay, so the first tool that I want to show you is something called Baselane. Now, I have a whole separate video on my channel. I'll try to link it up here or down below that goes over Baselane in its entirety. I just want to quickly show you my top couple features. Number one, I have a checking account and a savings account for each one of my properties. This allows me to keep my finances super organized. And I'm also able to earn interest on the money in my savings account. As you can see here, I've earned $1,695 from Baselane strictly from interest in my savings account, which is pretty cool. My second favorite feature of Baselane is the bookkeeping feature. So instead of paying for QuickBooks or a different bookkeeping feature, they have one built in and comes with Baselane. So it's super nice, super easy. You can categorize all of your expenses to specific properties and pull reports, which just again makes things so much easier. The last tab I want to talk about in Baselane that makes my life easy, especially running this business remotely, is the rent collection feature. So they make it super easy to set up rent collection and give your tenants a payment portal to send you rent every single month. And there's no additional fees to use the rent collection feature either, which is super nice. Okay, software number two that I use to run my midterm rental business is Hospitable. Now, I've been using Hospitable for probably 5 years now. And when I first started using it, they were actually called Smart B&B. So I've been with them for a while now. And again, I'm not going to give you a full demo here. I just want to share the top features that I like to use. Okay, so I have to obviously block out a lot of things on the screen because this is sensitive guest information, but I'll show you the feature here, which is Suggest with AI. So if a guest books with you through Airbnb, or it could even be a direct booking, and you don't know how to respond, or maybe you're busy and you don't have time to sit there and type out a full response, you can just press Suggest with AI, and it'll essentially read the entire conversation and give you a response that actually makes sense. So the AI feature is really good. It's not just some generic nonsense. It's really good and saves me a lot of time and brain power. Another feature that I like is the automated guest messaging. Again, this is for not only Airbnb bookings, but also for guests who book directly with you. So you can send them automatic messages 3 days before their stay, the day that they check in. You can send them checkout instructions automatically. So all these things and all these messages, you can send them without actually having to think about it. It's just super nice. Last thing I want to talk about on Hospitable, because I could be here for a really long time, is in their operations tab, they have functions where my cleaners automatically get notified whenever I get new bookings. So instead of me texting my cleaner manually every single time I get a booking, hey, just want to make sure you know that we have a checkout on this date, they automatically get notified. And if there's an update to the reservation, they will also be notified of the changes automatically. Okay, next up, we have Tenant. As you can see here, I've used 34 leases on Tenant. I've been using the software for a couple of years now and absolutely love it. They have a lot of different functionality. And again, I do have a full video on Tenant. I'll link it up here. But my absolute favorite feature that I want to point out real quick is the lease feature. So they essentially give you the ability to create leases for your properties super fast. And the best part is that they're state specific. So every state has different laws and rules regarding leases. Like for example, in certain states, there's rules about late fees. So Tenant already has programmed into it what those rules are, and it'll make sure that you stay compliant. And on top of it, once you finish filling out the lease, you can easily send it to your tenant and they can e-sign it through the platform. So again, Tenant, absolute no-brainer. Okay, the next software that I literally could not live without is Walmart Business Plus. So think about like Amazon Prime Business, kind of the same thing, but there's a few key features that are absolute game changers that I want to show you. Number one, if you have a Business Plus account, they will give you 2% back on purchases you make that are over $250. So as you can see here, I've earned $141 in cash back from Walmart Business Plus just from ordering stuff that I would need to order anyways. So I look at it as free money, so kind of a no-brainer there. But the best part about Walmart Business Plus that makes it a no-brainer, non-negotiable for anybody managing their properties remotely is their delivery feature. So as you can see here, they have an option to deliver whatever you want from the store. And there's some stat out there, I don't want to butcher it, but like there's a Walmart basically near every single person in the US, basically, okay? So what's cool is you can have things delivered as fast as an hour. And yeah, there's a $10 fee, but if I were to pay somebody like a cleaner or runner or handyman to do something for me, it's gonna be more than $10. Or if I'm okay waiting like a couple hours, there's zero delivery fee as long as I spend at least $35, which if you're buying anything these days, you're pretty much gonna hit that anyways. So kind of a no-brainer. But the fact that I can send things to my guests so fast is, again, just an absolute game changer. So if, let's just say, the AC goes out or the heat goes out or whatever happens to a guest and they need something fast and you're not there and you can't get a hold of your team or whatever the case may be, use Walmart Business Plus. They're so good, so fast, and I love them. One other thing that I use the scheduling feature for that people don't think about is scheduling out deliveries. So I can schedule a delivery for, I think, up to a week in advance. So let's just say I have my cleaner clean a property and I have a guest staying for a couple days. And my cleaner says to me, hey, Bailey, we're running low on laundry pods, laundry detergent. We're going to be good for the next week or so, but next time I clean, I think we should get more. So I could have her run to the store and then buy it and then I reimburse her and all this stuff. Or I could say, yeah, no problem. I'll just have it delivered for you so it shows up right when you show up to clean on whatever day. So again, Walmart Business Plus, I don't even have an affiliate link. I wish they had one because I would be throwing that everywhere. It is so good and I would struggle heavily to run my business without them. Okay, the next tool that I use to help me run my midterm rental business completely remotely is Schlage Smart Locks. Now, to be completely honest, I have a love-hate relationship with them. And again, I'm going to be transparent about that. When these locks work, they are the best thing ever. You can unlock and lock your door from your phone. You can change the door code from your phone. You can see what's going on, if a guest is checked in or not. It's phenomenal. Now, I will, again, be transparent and say that these locks sometimes break. And usually it's after a couple years. Like I've had my locks now for several years. So you have to change the batteries, which is no problem. But again, after a couple of years, I've found that they do start to have some problems. And it is a pretty expensive thing to have to replace. So when I have to replace them, it's such a pain in the butt. But when they're working and when they're good, I love them so much. Okay, so speaking of those smart locks, there's another tool that I use called Host GPO. Now, I would log in and show you, but I'm not allowed to because this is an exclusive site strictly for furnished rental hosts like myself and maybe like you guys. So if you are a furnished rental host, you can use the link below to sign up. But essentially, they will give you discounts to buy things for your property. I can't go into the specifics of what they offer because Host GPO likes to keep it private, but I can tell you that there are some smart locks on there that I personally enjoy that are at a discounted price. So that is Host GPO. There's also another software that I like to use called Minoan. They're very similar to Host GPO, and this isn't a tool that I use on a daily basis. It's only when I'm ordering furniture, but still something interesting to look at when you're ordering smart locks or anything big for your properties. Okay, so the last bonus software that I want to talk about that I use to run my midterm rentals completely remotely is Notion. Now, I always get asked, Bailey, can I just use a Google Docs or something like that? Yes, by all means, you can use Google Docs, you can use notes on your phone, you can use anything for free. And Notion does have a free plan, by the way. It's just when you get a lot of properties, a lot of information inside of Notion, it'll charge you like, I don't know, $10 a month maybe. But an absolute no-brainer, especially for those who are trying to scale or are already at scale. So a couple things that I use it for, just to give an example, is I have these property organizers. So I'm not going to show you a filled out one because my information is private. But what you can do is essentially put all the information about your properties into here. So that way, let's just say you have a virtual assistant who's running the operations for you. Instead of them asking you a million questions, they can look inside of this property organizer and find the answers they need. And if for whatever reason the answer isn't in here, well, that's a good thing to know to add in here to make this your ultimate organization hub for your rental properties. I'll also paste a video up here talking a little bit more about Notion and how I use it for my business. So I hope you guys got value out of this video. If you have questions, comments, or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. You can check out also in the description links to my full midterm rental resource list that I use, other videos that are related to this, and I don't know, maybe any other surprises I put down in the description below. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.